Okay, so your power steering, your power window motor has sat too long and it's seized up, and what you need to do is remove this bolt. Obviously you're going to have to remove the door panel and whatnot, and remove most of this vapor barrier. You've tried your switch and it doesn't work when this is plugged in, of course, and you're getting some movement from here, but just like a nudge, and then it gives up. So what we're going to do is undo this, this, and this. There's 4 screws. We don't have to remove the whole thing, so we're going to remove those 4 screws, and then I'll show you what you'll get. Okay, so I've removed those 4 screws with a long extension. Everything bends a little bit, so it's doable, not a problem at all. So now what I'm going to do is gently pull the motor out. This is just the casing of the motor that's been unscrewed, and you'll see what you'll get in a second. Okay, so I've removed the casing of the motor. As you can see, there's quite a bit of corrosion that's gone on, and there's residue in there, a bit of rust residue. So we'll clean that. And now this bit, be very careful. Now we see this doesn't move much, but we're going to pull it out. Okay, so what you want to do is just turn and turn and turn, and you'll see it's starting to wind itself out. And so this is the shaft of the, and you see here we've got rust, and we'll clean that off. But here's the most important thing we're going to do. We're going to get some spray, a WD-40 spray, and we're going to shove it in there, and we're going to spray the hell out of it. There you go. Get your nozzle right in there. It'll go deeper than this. Okay, so it'll go quite far in. Here goes. There we go, got it. So it's actually in a few inches. Okay, we're going to spray it. Okay, there we go. A lot of crap coming out of that. Now don't worry about all this dripping down there. That'll help stop the door rusting. Okay. So now what we're going to do is we're going to move the window a little bit, if we can. Right, we're going to put the shaft back in here. Carefully. So you can actually see on this that there are actually brushes, and they are actually replaceable brushes right here. All brushes are replaceable, so you can check those while you're at it if you like. Is there actually any carbon left on them? So you can see this one here. So you could actually replace them. In the past, what I've done, not on this door, but I've bought brushes which are close in size, and then I've filed them so they fit if you can't find the actual ones. Okay, so we're going to get this in here carefully, so I'm going to use 2 hands. Okay, so I've got that in there, and all I did was turn and wiggle and push, and it went in, and it took about 10 seconds. It wasn't difficult. If you're finding it difficult, perhaps one of the brushes is pushed in too far, so you need to push it back out again. Okay, now what I can feel going on now is this should start to engage and wind the window. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I've put the cover back on the motor. Now it's not just the cover, it's actually got magnets in it, so it's part of the motor. I've put it back on, and what I'm going to do is plug that back in, and I'm going to use the motor to try and wind the window and see if it just works by itself now. Here we go. Okay, I don't know if you can see this at all. So what's happened there is the shaft has turned, but because it wasn't screwed in, it's just pulled the shaft out straight away. So we're going to have to wiggle that back in. You see as well. Okay. Okay, and this time I'm going to be a bit more careful. Okay, I'm going to hold that there. All right. So we've now got one fixed power window, and all it took was WD-40. Now I might spray some lithium grease in there as well, because it's a bit thicker, and that'll hopefully stop it jamming up for a longer time. So I'm going to take this back off and squirt some lithium grease in there as well. Actually, do you know what, sod that, I'm not going to do that. If it goes wrong again, I'll just do the whole thing again. I'm just going to screw it all back together.